welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are here today with Chad and Johyko. Welcome, y'all. How we feeling today?
Hey, everybody. Great.
Well, it's good to have you guys back. We did have you both on episode 22 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you ended up matching. All right, so then, is it a yes for you? For her?
It's a yes.
Is it a yes for you for him?
It's a yes.
We got a match!
Yeah, welcome to the crib. It's your boy Darjobeway. So guys, today I'm breaking down the game. We are on the catch-up. So with these two for these two who got a match, which is Chad and Johyko. So you wanna see of how their dates went, and what I can do is just bring up a paper and pen so that I can break down the game and have some notes. So let's get into it.
I'll take this mic and you guys can go on up. Oh, give it up for them, y'all. Okay, so obviously we saw on your episode there was quite a moment that went viral that included our lovely Miss Johyko. So, Johyko, walk us through that moment when you're like, you know what, this wig is coming off. Like, tell us what was going through your mind. Like, just walk us through everything.
Should I give you like the entire backstory of how, like?
No. We don't need all of that. Just let us know like what made you be like, you know what, I'm gonna take my wig off.
Well, it was Hubert. You know, like the fact that he mentioned me having braids and lumps, and at the end of the day, I was like, I'm not gonna walk off this set and let millions of people assume that I had like some big old messed up braids to the point where they can be seen under a full custom made wig. So I was like, it was more so for that reason, you know. And then I'm just known to snatch wigs. I have no problem taking off wigs anywhere, whoever, wherever. So I don't need the wigs, you know. So yeah.
Okay, no, and honestly, like when you took it off, the hairstyle underneath, sis, I was like, why did she wear the wig? Why?
I had to do it. I had to. It was just, even though the question was, or the statement was said like a few moments before, it was still in the back of my head, and I'm like, nah. So it was just a moment that I was thinking subconsciously, like, you're either gonna walk off here and let people talk you through the mud about you having some dookie braids and lumps, or you're gonna show them that you don't have any. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna show them, because you know, some people, they will never take a wig off anywhere. Like, I'm very confident. I know I look good with or without it, so I had no problem taking it off and proving a point. So
yeah, you do. You definitely look great both ways. So Chad, during that moment, you were like, "Don't do it."
You sure did.
Well, Daddy said before, don't do it. I was about to say it, and then I saw her do it, and I was like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which do you prefer? Wig on, wig off? What, when you saw her?
She looked beautiful both ways, but if I had to choose, I would say wig off.
Okay, good. Johyko, see, not too many people can pull it all off, so you go ahead, girl.
I like your choice, my guy. You want them to be as real as possible. You want them to be themselves. But you know, women, it's in their nature to be insecure. They like to use those push-up bras, makeup, with those hairs and makeup. So if at least she can go outside with her short hair, that's also cool. That's also cool, because sometimes this thing of makeup, bro, like, I don't find it interesting. Like, most of them is because of their insecure, so I don't like this stuff. For now, I want someone who's real. Like, just be you.
Thank you.
All right, so to go ahead and get into the juicy topic at hand that everybody tunes into these catch-ups to know all about. So since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
That was the plan, right, Chad? The plan was definitely either he was going to come here. I've never been to Vegas. I've always wanted to go.
For the fact that you didn't make plans of like you see each other, it's gonna cause some problems. Yeah, most of the time, if you meet a woman from on the show, try by all means to put your date as soon as possible. Stop waiting. I don't know if maybe you have a 1 week rule or what. Stop wasting. even if immediately you match, take her on date, same day you take her on date, you have fun, you talk to her and engaged to confirm that you and her, you're on the same page, and for you to take on a date on that same day is gonna create a bond easily, because you're on a hyper stage, you're all active, you all excited, and you still wanna find out of like who is she and then who is he. You wanna find out. So I think it's best for you if immediately you get her, you take her on a date immediately, and then you show her with say you are fucking with the real guy. Like this is who I am.
So the plan was to, but we have not. We have not.
Okay. And where are you at again, Johyko, if you could remind us?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay. That's a little bit of a distance. But
I
what
travel.
happened?
I travel.
Yeah.
That doesn't really get into the way. Distance is nothing for me. So.
Okay. So what got in the way then?
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, conversation with Chad was amazing. Like, we still talk. We talk every day. Almost. Not. I wouldn't say every day, but we definitely check in on each other. I check in on him.
That's a waste of time right there. Chad, you're wasting time, my guy. For the fact that you're busy with chatting with something that is not going anywhere, it's a waste of time, my guy. As I'm saying, you have to take her on a date immediately when you took her from the show. Right there. And then you also plan again with day, I'm still looking forward to see you. And then you keep it simple. Like, you don't have to go back and forth to her chatting. How was your day? How was your sleep? Those sort of questions are boring, and you're gonna make it a bit dry down there. It's gonna take you a longer time to hit.
But I would say the first thing that transpired when we all were leaving the set from that evening, and we were headed over to the spot that we ended up hanging out after, and we were talking, and he told me that he was divorced, like myself. I think just about as long, like a year and a half. He was like, I'm in a similar situation like you. I've been divorced a year and a half, but then I noticed that he said wife like twice. So I was like, you sure you're divorced? Because this is the second time that you've mentioned wife. And he was like, I don't know, like,
You're a loser, my guy. I don't know, maybe it's because you got a lot of money, but you're a loser, my guy. Stop wifing women that you don't know, bro. It clearly shows you're not ready to be a man and you're not ready for marriage responsibilities. Just have fun. You don't have to fall in love, bro. Like, if you know how to do a thing there, man, my advice for you, it's a simple thing. Make sure that your stroke, they are way much good as hell, bro. Like, make sure you practice your stroke to be good. You know how to stroke it well, you're done. You don't even have to fall in love. You don't even have to buy her some gifts. You don't have to take her on some date. You know how to do your strokes good, bro. Like, you good in stroking her. She's gonna fall in love, bro. She's gonna annoy you. She's gonna be beside you, and you enjoy your life without trying to cuff them. Like, just being emotional. Because whatever, this thing of falling in love, there's nothing logical there, because everything is all about the feelings of like how do you feel, how she makes you feel, and then you end up making a wrong decision of like she's the one, while you just have fun. It's just a dopamine that's just released in the mind of like you feel good. Then from since feeling that good, because you move based on the emotions, it affects you as some goes by, because you can't even set your boundaries. She's shouting, you're also shouting. Like, she can listen to you, she can respect you, because you don't have qualities of being a man. So since you don't have qualities of being a man, I rather tell you to don't rush to get married, and you're still young, my guy. You're still young, you need to explore, have fun. So for the fact that you have divorced twice, it's a red flag to her. It's a way much red flag, bro. Which means there's something wrong about you, because you can't divorce twice, bro. Something wrong is within you. You are the problem, and you have to fix it.
I am, like, it just happens, which I don't do it so much anymore because I've been divorced 7 years. But I do know that, sometimes you're so used to calling somebody something. But
Right.
I just had to ask because this is not the first time you said wife. This is the second time. So that was the first thing. And then as we were talking and getting to know each other a little more, he was just talking about his divorce again. So I had asked him, well, when did you file specifically? And he said that the divorce is not final. But, he is separated. And while some people are okay with dating someone that's separated, me personally, having already gone through that and just knowing the emotional roller coaster, I prefer someone that's just completely detached from any type of situation, especially divorce where kids are involved and just, so many aspects are involved.
Exactly. Now she's agreeing on my point of like, for the fact that you tell her that you've been divorced twice, it's a red flag to her. She's no longer interested in you, and that's why you keep on chit-chatting with her. Like you are just like you are the chat buddies. Like you just here for chatting. Nothing much interesting there. No fit like nothing serious there. Something naughty, something that's gonna make it tough. Like she's willing to come to you. Nothing. There's nothing. Just talking. It's a waste of time, okay? You have to go back to the drawing board and learn how to be a man and fix your things and stop rushing to get married. I know maybe your bank is good, your bank balance is good, but hey, do some investment, bro. Like do something nice. Stop getting married. You're still young for that because you don't have even qualities of being a man. So I don't do it.
There's just no telling what can happen. I have friends that got back with their ex-husbands just before the divorce or after. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's just something I wish could have been conveyed to me up front so that, I could have been able to really make that decision. But he was honest and forthcoming about it, which I appreciated. He could have kept saying, I'm fully divorced, but I did appreciate his honesty about that. But, I had to now make a new decision. So I did.
Okay.
Make a decision of which is we're not matching. You are not my type. I don't like you. You are boring. There's nothing interesting about you. That's what she's gonna say. And he know it.
So Chad, kind of bring it back on over to you. So are you in the works of a divorce or it's still just a separation and the divorce hasn't been filed yet?
No, it's been filed. So what happened when I submitted for the show, I actually submitted for me and my cousin to go on there, but he did not want to be on that type of platform with that amount of people. So I submitted the application for myself. It was about 3 or 4 days when everything was supposed to be finalized in June. Now, there was some circumstances that happened on her end that I don't even want to bring up that forced the date to be postponed to a later date, but everything is basically settled on that.
Okay.
The custody, just about everything in the property. But yeah, so it got postponed. And by the time I was to get on the show, it was supposed to be completely finalized. But even before then, we already knew it was done and haven't even, no physical contact or interaction with each other for over a year. So, yeah, so that's why I wanted to,
Get back out there, right? Yeah.
Get out there and see what it was going to do.
Okay. And like you said, you're fully detached.
She's not even interested. Look at her. Like she's just straight face and like there's nothing exciting about this and she don't want nothing. Unless if she was willing to try, but it's rare for me to find it because like you divorced twice, my guy.
At this point, so you are obviously ready to go back out there and begin dating again, right?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So Johyko, for you, have you been in a situation before where you were dealing with someone, you specifically? I know you said you know people, it's happened, but like, have you specifically ever dated someone who's in the process of a divorce?
I have, and it's something that I kind of found out again, like along the way. And I'm just the type of person, I put everything out on the table up front, take it or leave it. Like, give me the decision to, decide whether I want to move forward in knowing this information. So the fact that I kind of found out like a few days later, and then it was just the lie. Chad, I love you, but the fact that he was like, oh no, like when I questioned him, like, you just said wife twice. Like, this is your second time you said wife. Are you sure you're the...
You did what? You questioned him. And he allowed you to do that. You cannot do that, bro. It's not allowed that one. Like, if you're a man, you cannot question a man like that. But it's him, so he's not the one. So let's see.
Of course. And he told me, yeah, he gave me that reassurance. So just that lie, and I remember that was one of my deal breakers. So for whatever reason, he chose not to disclose that at the time. I prefer someone that's very transparent, very, I'm very, like I said on the show, I'm real big with integrity and honesty. Like, that goes a very long way for me. Mm-hmm. So it was the lie, which I consider to be a lie. And we've talked about it. He's like, it's not a lie. It was a lie. He told me you had this,
I say separated, she says I said divorce, but,
So you're saying you've already told her from the beginning that you're in a separation, you're not fully divorced.
Yeah, when we got to the place that we hung out and ate and had drinks and everything, I said separated, and I don't know if I went into why it got postponed afterwards, but I do remember mentioning that it was supposed to be finalized in June, and there was things that happened, and we talked a lot about that behind the scenes, but what caused it for the date to get extended. So, I was upfront that day about that, because I didn't want to, she's in Florida, I'm out here, start off with, little details that may not be, I could have sworn I said separated, but she's 100% adamant that I said divorce, but the ultimate truth is that there is no connection there, nothing to go back to, really, so that's just that.
Okay. Yeah, and if he would have told me he was separated, that would have been a deal breaker right off the bat for me. I would have definitely paid attention to that, because again, I just prefer someone who has no ties.
You did say that day.
Although he is,
She said that day?
She said that night. You said that. That's a deal. I'm going to be honest. That's a deal breaker for me. We still had a good time after that.
What I told you was a deal breaker was that the only time I mentioned deal breaker was the passport, because we ended up. There were a lot of questions.
You did say that. Yeah, she's right. She's right.
So the only time I mentioned
that, but she's right. It was for that.
Right. The only time that I mentioned deal breaker was when I asked him, does he have a passport? And I was like, oh man, that would have been a deal breaker for me. But it's something that you can obtain at a later time. So I was still open to just getting to know him. But trust me, had he told me, Arlette, he was separated, anybody that knows me know I don't do separations. I don't do none of that. I prefer someone who is 100% out of a situation. While they're separated and not living together, there are still a lot of things that have to be resolved within, that dissolution of the marriage. And it's just not something that I prefer not to. And don't get me wrong. There are people who are separated and back out on the dating scene and they have no ties. I just prefer not, because there's just no telling what can happen. After the divorce, there's still that healing process. With my divorce, after I divorced, that reality hit. As much as I was looking forward to it, it was painful. I had to heal, So
you're thinking he's not fully healed yet enough?
Well, the divorce is not even final. Yeah, there's a whole nother process post-divorce that you go through emotionally, mentally, just the adjustment of, no longer having affairs and financial. It's just too much. I don't want to, So yeah, that was just my choice. And yeah, I don't recall him telling me he was separated. I would have definitely told him at that moment we can only be friends, but it didn't go down that way.
Okay, so now
you see what? Friends. Yeah, man.
What if we're saying everything finalizes, he's good to go, and he comes out and says, I'm officially a divorced man. What's it gonna look like between you two?
I think honestly that would have to be a bridge that I would have to cross when it gets there.
It's there. Okay.
But even outside of that,
Okay, go ahead, Chad. Go ahead.
Let me just say this.
Wait, I was talking, Chad. Let me
Oh,
finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I won't forget. Go ahead. My bad.
Why are you interrupting me, bro? Let her finish, bro. Like, let her talk. Let her talk and they say whatever they wanna say. And then you mention what you wanna say, my guy. You know? And I can feel it inside of you. Like you feel like you're losing. You've already lost. Like you've been lost way back. So now there's nothing you can fight back or something. It's up to her of like, is she wanna take you back? Or is she still see you as a friend, bro? And there's nothing wrong about it. If she sees you as a friend, hey, cool. You can even go back to the Pop the Balloon and find someone else. Or go to the mall and meet different women. But stop trying to marry them too soon. Stop cuffing them. Have fun. You're still young, my guy.
To truthfully answer your question, I spoke to Chad about this. Another thing that I don't deal with is drama. And unfortunately, wife-to-be came on my page. She was on several blogs. Yeah, she commented on my page. And I prefer to be in healthy relationships, where whether we get along or we don't, there's just no drama. So the fact that she did that and we don't even have anything going on yet, that was a red flag to me. I prefer to deal with, I don't mind a person that has an ex-wife, a baby mom, whatever that situation. But as long as they know how to be mature and handle themselves accordingly, that's fine. But nothing even happened yet, and she's already on my page. Oh, you need to ask him this and da 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 da. No, I don't. I live a very peaceful, soft life. My kids, that's just not something I want to entertain because, who's to say, down the road when something happens. One of my lights just went out. You guys still see me fine?
You want to fix it? Yeah, we still see you. Did you want to fix it or it's good? It's back. Looks like
okay.
It's back.
Yeah, well, I have a backlight and I had my ring light on. As long as you guys can see me okay. I can plug it in really quickly if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I had it all this time. My laptop, but my laptop is shut.
Where she was just discussing, I said if the shoe were on the other foot and her ex is coming up out throwing mud on the wall and being messy, I told her the same thing. I wouldn't entertain that, to be honest. I don't have time for that. I'm a very busy man. I wouldn't want to entertain that as well. And we talked about that, and her bringing up that she doesn't know if I'm healed. I don't know if I could say the same thing for her to be able to do something like that on a big platform when she's moved on. She has another man and has moved on. So to do what she did, it didn't make sense to me. And
you're talking about your ex-wife to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's already moved on as another man, and I don't know why you would even do that, just being messy. I probably seeing me on a platform, and we've been together.
There are a lot of things about you, my guy. She moved on with another man after you divorced with her. Immediately. My guy, your issues are many.
Forever, since 2007. That's a long stretch, and to see that maybe, I don't know what it did, but I'm completely moved on. I am completely detached from that, and I can't speak for or control others' actions, and that's unfortunate, and I understand it. But I thought when I was on the show, I didn't see something, and I may have been talking to Danny next to me or something, but when it was time for her to pop between me, La, and Hubert, she was about to pop on me, and I brought that up. So I was like, all right, out of the three, and just right before then, Hubert just got through flaming her, and I'm like, damn. When I went to go watch the show back over, I didn't see that initially, that she was coming over to pop me. I don't know where I was not seeing that, but had I saw that, I would have thought in my head, like, she really is not interested in me in that way. I don't know what it is. She's a sweetheart. I don't think she'll really bring up what it is. She mentioned like I'm too old to be too picky, bald or whatnot. I don't know if you don't like baldness or what it is. You never mentioned anything about that, but in my head, when I rewatched it, it seemed that way. Like you were gonna pop on me. Yeah, so I didn't see.
She never liked you from the first place then. And when she no longer I find it from her of like for her to question you. She don't like you, my guy. She was looking for something that she's gonna hold on so that she can deal with you, because without questioning you, there's no attraction. She's not liking you. A woman that's like you, she's not gonna question you. She will ask less questions as possible because she's just like you. Whatever the issues that you have, she will want to find out while you're on a relationship with her, while you continue life with her, while you move on with her. Not the woman who's gonna question everything from the start. That one, she's not for you.
Initially, I may have been talking to Danny right next to me, but when I watched the show again and she had the choice between Hubert, and me, she did her little shuffle back and forth, and then he popped, but she was clearly headed to me. So before all the other things that she rightfully so wouldn't want to continue on, you have your preferences and everything, before those even came up, after seeing that video, she already had her mind made up, in my opinion, that, I may not be her flavor. That's just what it looked like to me, so.
Okay, Johyko, let's hear from
I
you.
can answer that. Well, first, Hubert had not done anything yet. It was in that moment that he had actually popped, because you're saying after Hubert already, said what he said. He hadn't said anything yet. That's why he popped, because I was taking too long to pop. It was my turn to pop the balloon, and because I couldn't decide, and yes, I was walking your way, and that's when he popped, and that's when all the "why did you pop your balloon" transpired with Hubert. So
my memory is terrible.
Yeah, it had not happened yet.
So you were walking his way to go pop his balloon?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, out of those three, I really did not know who to pop. I'm sure many can speak for me when they say that you have to pop. I remember I asked, can I ask a question? Can I have more of a reason to eliminate somebody? But the rule of the game is you have to eliminate somebody. I didn't have enough information. Honestly, to my opinion, all three of them, physically, they were not bad looking. You know what I mean? So going off of looks, that was not the reason. I just had to pop. I had to pop. So I popped. I was almost going to pop on Hubert, because that's who I almost popped on first. I almost popped on him. And then actually, I was going to pop on you, and then I was going to go back and pop on Hubert. That's when he popped, Because then I was about to pop on him, then I started to walk towards you. I'm not going to lie, it was confusion, okay? I did not know what to do. And I didn't even base my popping reason on anything aside from the fact that I had to pop somebody.
Okay, so is Chad is someone that is your type, though?
Yeah, no, Chad is attractive.
Okay.
Like I said before, Chad, to me, it was between Chad and I forgot Danny that were best dressed. And if I had to pick between them two, Danny still had streetwear. He still had the shredded jeans. He looked. Chad
No. Are you talking about the guy in the front, the first guy?
Danny was the last one with all black, and he had the
Oh, you call that streetwear?
The shredded jeans. When I dinner-wise, that's more like street urban. And I look at a first date type thing as a first dinner.
Slacks.
First encounter. So yeah, I was looking for something more. So he was the only one that didn't really come off as streetwear. He had on a collared shirt. He had on just some solid jeans. And he had on I guess, I don't know what kind of sneakers to call those, but kind of all those.
Timberlands.
Oh, right, but they were nice shoes. They weren't sneakered,
Nice.
He was the best dressed in my opinion, based on how he put himself together, Okay. Now, some of the other guys were more stylish, but for the occasion, Chad matched more so what I would have wanted to see everybody on the lineup with, even though he still, was still casual, but it was it was appropriate, so yeah, I don't know. Chad is even when I talk to Chad on the phone, we still talk often, and I look at him. He's very attractive. I love when the sun hits his face.
We still talk on the phone. Talk about what? What are you talking about? It's a waste of time. In fact, she's wasting your time.
He has a nice skin. The bald head looks good. I don't have preference on hair, so it had nothing to do with that. The only reason I popped on you is because I was taking too long picking. I really didn't know who. That was a very challenging time at that moment. So yeah, that's the only reason I popped.
Yeah. Okay. No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Chad, does that give you the clarification?
I'll give you that.
my true honesty. But you're entitled to still feel how you feel, and I respect that. But I'm giving you my genuine, straight, raw, authentic transparency. I have no reason to lie.
Okay, so now how's dating life? Are you guys dating still? Since it obviously didn't work between
Yeah,
the two of
friends.
you, are you guys seeing other people? Are you still out there? Like, how's that going?
I'll let her answer first.
Me?
Okay, go ahead, Johyko.
I mean, right now, I'm open to dating. Clearly, my DMs have gone insane, crazy
I bet.
since my viral moment. But I'm still very, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very intentional, so I'm just not willing to link up with whoever because of whatever. My dating technique still has not changed. I'm someone I was married already. I've been divorced 7 years. I was in one little 3-month relationship, and here I am still single. I don't mind being here until the right thing comes along. So that's just why.
For the fact that you keep on saying this long essay instead of saying one answer of like, I just find them attractive, I'm willing to date him, he's my type. You still going around the bush. Just say it. You don't like him, you see him as a friend. Because it's time wasting right now.
I am with it. I haven't found any good opportunities yet. So I'm here. I'm patiently waiting.
Okay. Chad, what about yourself?
Not to the extent that Johyko had, but I think mainly because they were hearing, I have a mobile pet care business. I have a fat cat at home. The cat ladies did start rolling in, and others. But I'm not the type, and I'm not really that experienced in dating. I've been in one relationship, like I said, since 2007. So this is all.
You can't say that, bruh. You can't expose yourself in such a way of like you tell a woman of like you don't have an experience in relationship. Even though your actions say that, but you can't say that, bruh. Like some of those things you shouldn't have said it. Keep it to yourself.
New to me, and just my preference is one person at a time. I'm not trying to juggle or anything like that. I have my values, and the way I want to conduct myself is just easier for me because I value peace of mind, ultimately, for everything to run the way it does. But I did read all those DMs, and there was one that was real classy and respectful, and she seemed happy about the situation, but also threw in the if it didn't work out, hit me up, and I did, and
he told me because I took the detox.
I did tell her, and I'll say thank you to BM and to you, because in the first 2 weeks when me and Johyko were speaking, we were every day. Even though I felt like she was up front, and I did tell her, the first day I had my memory, she had hers, but we did get to the point fast. We were very direct in our communication, and I love that. And that's actually part of the reason I was attracted to her on the stage, her confidence, and then getting torched in the way she responded to that, the class and everything. That was dope to me, and I know what I want, and that aligned with what I wanted. And but when I reached out to the DMs, I sensed that in that message as well. And I gotta say, I'm operating the same way. I don't have a technique because I'm not dating or anything, but my technique is be straightforward. We're not here for a long time. Don't waste anybody's time. I got a business. I got kids. I'm the type. I'm a one-woman type man, and I know that. Well, I don't know, but from hearing from everybody, the dating market has been at Earth's fecal matter, all that, what everybody's saying. But I think I'm a good judge of character, and who I reach out to, we tackle some heavy topics just across the board. And my technique this time was to not go first and ask questions, so just in case I was protecting myself, to not get love bombed, or I was very protective. And it was weird how on just about I can't say just about, on every level, we were connecting. So I think you may have found the female version of me, to be honest.
Oh.
And yeah, so once me and Johyko started, the first 2 weeks we were talking every day, and then it kind of started to fade. But I checked on her when the storm came and everything. She's a dope person. But once it started to fade, then I reached out to her to say, hey, what's up? And it kind of ramped up real quick. And yeah, so we're actually going to see each other for the first time at the end of the month and see how it goes. But I don't think I'm moving too fast. Because of everything we talked about, and but it's not to say I'm gonna rush anything, but I have some strong feelings, I must admit, and yeah, I think you may have found somebody for me, even though it wasn't a screen on the show and everything.
If it does work out, she's the lucky girl, because at the end of the day, and I told Chad this as well. Like, I was very transparent with him. He's a great guy. Like, unfortunately, it's just his circumstances that I can't. Like, I told him, I said, look, even if you weren't married and you were fully divorced, you have an ex-wife that decided to come on my page, and that, and I hate situations like that where it's not even at the cause of you, but unfortunately because of your environment around you. And again, like, I don't know her, I don't know what she's capable of. The fact that she felt that way, wait, what if I come to Vegas or you move here, or like, so I have kids that I have to protect, I have myself that I need to protect. So I was like, it's just unfortunate, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, Chad is a great person. I was really looking forward to getting to know him. We had some great topics. I did feel like we aligned in certain areas, but unfortunately, it's so unpredictable when you're going through a divorce, and that it's just a risk.
He's a nice guy, boring guy, asking natural questions, like questions that are just normally no sexual attraction, no physical touch. It's just boring, because all about you always talk on the phone and nothing much is interesting there. So that's what she's trying to say.
I could take that risk, but the risk of things, hey, she wants to work, we don't know, and I just can't take like an announcement like that, because I am somebody that, like I said, I'm intentional. So if I like you, I like you. I'm gonna, I go hard, I fall hard, and I would hate for something like that to ever happen to me. And then, like I said, that other aspect, but he's a good guy. He really is, and that's why I choose to still be friends with him, because at the end of the day, when I don't feel like things are working out, I'm like, okay, cut you off. But no, I do want to know how he's doing. Every day when I'm calling him, he's doing his pet grooming, and I love that for him. Like, the black boy joy in that host, like, you don't see too many black men in that industry,
Yeah,
so
you don't.
to see him doing his thing, and I really love that for him. So no, I truly wish you the best in your future dating endeavors.
Yeah, and Chad, we're gonna definitely have to hear more about this. We might have to bring you on BM Talks to hear more about this.
That quick, but
I'll do it.
And now, Johyko, you're still out there. Would you be interested on coming back, or like, what's it looking like for you? Yeah.
If you guys like, I could, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know.
I don't even watch this type of stuff, to be honest, but I saw a clip, and that shit was funny. Talking on the Short Kings, all the trash talking. It's funny. But not only that, how genuine you are. I could tell that you find pure joy in matching two people. You literally had two people getting married because of your show. Had you not made that show, those two people would not have connected. That's dope as hell. Shout out to them.
Shout out to my husband.
Shout out to you guys. But I sensed how genuine you guys were, and the class in that. I wouldn't have entertained, no disrespect, but I wouldn't have entertained some of the other shows because it just didn't compare to this one. You as a host, the class, the genuine joy in what you do. is why I don't do anything like this. Shout out to Brian. I'm from the ghetto. We don't like to bring attention to ourselves. We do not bring attention to ourselves. But I am one to go against the grain for most of my family, and I'll like start my own business and doing. Like I'll get on stage, do character. I like to get outside the box and do things. And this was this was the biggest outside of the box thing that I did.
Yeah.
I had a great time, and shit, you guys probably changed my life with what's going on right now.
Oh my
We'll
God.
see, to be determined.
Okay.
But,
No, we definitely have to hear more, Chad. I gotta talk to BM about this.
Talk to him.
Thanks,
Get back to me.
thanks for having me, guys.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna stop here because it clearly shows there's no match. Just they're chatting about something that's not going anywhere, of which is the guy still needs to learn game and believe in himself and go back to the board and learn how to be a man and also learn to take things easily and not rushing. Because I don't know why you feel like you have to have a wife, but at the same time you don't know how to be a man and be responsible and also be able to point out red flags when they pop up in a relationship. So I feel like if you're not ready, just don't do it. Have fun. You like enjoy it. You should enjoy women, get to know them, smash, but don't get attached, so that you can learn and understand women very better. Then you can pick and choose which one is doing good, which one is listening to you, which one is giving you what you like. Then maybe you can decide it. But firstly, you need to learn game and know how to be a man, and then that's it. So I will stop here. See you on another video.